Good morning, everyone. It is April 15th, and it's a windy, balmy day here in Southwest Ohio. Thought I'd just give you a quick update of where I stand going into 2025. I apologize if the wind is causing any issues with the audio. Clean this area up for the blueberries. Put the blueberries out, but just sticks right now. I don't know if they'll survive. I'll try. If these don't survive, I'll try to get some new ones, and then keep trying until they grow. I mean, there's green. They're still green. This might have a little leaf growing on it, but I don't know. We'll see how they go. The raspberries are filled with their greenery. These will put on some in the spring, and then they will die off and start the new canes for the fall. So get 2 harvests off of this. This is what's left over from last year. Do pretty well over here. I do have to get some mulch down. You can see how it spreads though. I mean, it's in and amongst this weeds, you can see all the new raspberries. You know, the closest one's over there. All in here, so many raspberries starting to grow. A lot of these holes being dug, and recently come to find out that that might be a sign of skunks. And for the occasional smell in the neighborhood, I would tend to agree with that. I'm not sure if I'll be growing anything here this year. This is not in very good shape, and the wind is really picking up. We're talking 20, 30 miles per hour. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Okay, in here, already planted, is a bunch of potatoes, mostly red potatoes, a couple sweet potatoes, and some garlic. Not sure if this straw is stopping them from coming out. So it hasn't really been warm enough, so that's probably the main reason why, but that's what I'm growing in here. Might throw in a cantaloupe or watermelon and grow it off into the grass. As of now, the only thing that's come up, other than that green onion you probably saw in the frame, is an occasional garlic. There's garlic underneath this straw. There should be a lot of it. I don't know if the straw killed it or if it'll still come up. So I may pull the straw off if I have to. Do have some radishes planted. They don't mind the cold. They also don't thrive. They've started and they're growing slowly. A couple more days and it's supposed to really warm up, and I think stuff will start taking off. Clearly need to weed this out. I'm trying to decide what to grow up this arbor. It could be watermelon, it could be cantaloupe, beans, I don't know. This area here, I'll probably have cantaloupe and watermelon coming off it into the grass. This is the part of the yard we use the absolute least, so I won't feel bad sacrificing that. And the main garden, this is covered in straw for now. I know a lot of eggplant will go here. I got my fencing up. Our rabbit comes out and plays in it for now. Once the beans and the peas start, it's going to be risky bringing him out here. But he loves to run up and down this all day long, and the falcons love to fly up in the sky and scare him. I do have, now you can see it, next to the green tomato stake are 2 brown sticks coming up. That's a hardy kiwi. Never grown hardy kiwi. Sounded like fun. I'm supposed to grow up this arbor. If you watch my past videos, that's where the cucamelons have been growing, and we just don't eat them. Don't see any point in keep growing them, and we're not going to eat them. So the plan in here, down the center of this, going to be a lot of tomatoes all the way down. along the interior of the fence here, closest to the concrete, and down the back side, I'll be growing peas. And I did start some out here. Yeah, there's one growing there. There's one growing there. Not a whole lot came up. There's one there. So when I take you inside, I did start a lot in a seed tray, but I don't know how well peas transplant, so don't know how well that'll work. And I believe I have here a volunteer spinach. That's the only one, and I'm not 100% sure it's spinach, so I haven't tried it yet. So if anybody can let me know if that's definitely spinach, I'd appreciate it. Let's see, I also have out here, let's see, there's one of the falcons. You can see him up there in the sky. Probably looking for the rabbit. Some more raspberries. I can get some of them off of here. Yeah, it's not really the best place to grow it, but it's growing on its own. And some popping up there. It's a weed. It spreads like a weed. Okay. I'll also have squash over here, butternut squash, zucchini, some yellow crookneck. I did plant a bunch of carrots over on the other side of the netting over there. But those haven't come up yet. And I also plan on planting a bunch of green beans. So tomatoes down the middle, green beans and carrots on that side, and peas on this side, and we'll see what happens. Not really going to do a lot of greenery, lettuce, spinach, arugula this year. I'm not sure if I'll get anything here. It really needs to go out to the garbage. That's the tree I topped off out front. And then compost bin. This only gets fruits and vegetables. Rarely gets any browns, so and it breaks down pretty quick still. So let me take you inside and show you what I have started in there. Okay, here are the first seedlings I have. These are the peas I was talking about. So they're doing pretty good. I'm going to give it 2 more days, and it's supposed to warm up, and these are going out, and we will see how well they transplant. This is my favorite plant so far, my eggplant. It's enormous. It actually has a flower started, and it's probably at least 3 or 4 weeks before it can go out. So I don't know if I should increase the size of this pot. Now, this will be attacked by the flea beetles as soon as it goes out, but with this being this big, it should have no problem fighting them off. I'm not sure. Based off that flower, I think this is the big purple one, not the small white one. So that makes me happy too, because those are the better ones. Let me go take you to the other room. Okay, and here's basically it's a gardening room. Here's the 2nd year pineapple. Not sure why this got brown. I don't know if that's just natural or lack of water at times. So this will go in the actual dirt this year, and if it doesn't grow anything, then I'm done with it. Down here we keep most of our water. As you know, tap water has chemicals and chlorine and whatever in it. So we let that evaporate off before we put it in our plants. Okay, not a whole lot down here. These are my wife's cuttings. Some of the plants that she started. These are the habaneros. That's my favorite hot pepper. I'll make a lot of hot sauce with that, and I believe this is a cayenne pepper. Oh, that's a jalapeno. That's good. I need that. And there's the cayenne. So if I can get those to stay alive, that would be great. I had a ghost pepper back there, but pretty sure it's going to die. And something called a Zapotec tomato from some seeds I won one year. And then there are also the paste tomatoes and a beefsteak back there. So not a lot, but if I get 2 of each, it's more than enough for what I need. And I don't have to feel bad getting rid of them. So, okay, got one last place upstairs to show you what I got, and that should be it. Okay, and here is the last of what I have started for this year. What is today? April 15th. You know, they say about May 15th you're safe to put it outside, but if it's April 30th and I look at the 10-day and it looks warm enough, I'll go ahead and put them out then. This is my biggest tomato plant. The growth has kind of slowed down, which makes sense. But this is a cherry tomato. Almost looks like a grape tomato. Where we had ordered dinner from Olive Garden and I just threw the tomato in some dirt. It has some flowers, but they're just falling off. It's not really going to do anything in here, so hopefully I can harden them off easily and get them going outside. The other eggplants are starting to really take off. This has 2 in here. I should probably just get rid of one of them. Another eggplant. The eggplant are doing great. So I have plenty of that. This is an orange bell pepper. It already has flowers, so that's really nice. I usually get these started way late, so it'll be nice to have that. I believe this is 2 red bell pepper plants. And the thing with bell peppers, tomatoes, they're very hardy, so when you go to transplant them, now even though I got 2 of them growing in there, I just tear them apart and then put them in the dirt and they'll be fine. A couple more of the Olive Garden tomatoes here. I don't know that I'm going to need 3 of those. 4 if you count this one. A little batch of flowers on it. Now basically just a lot of eggplant. Eggplant and bell peppers. They're small pots, so they're not really going to take off until I get them in bigger pots or get them outside. I don't know if it's worth it for 3 weeks to take them out and put them in a different pot. They might just have to stay like that. Well, anyway, that's pretty much it. Got the peppers started, hot and spell. Tomatoes started, eggplants started. I got some peas outside, some radishes. Garlic and potatoes are planted already. Plan to grow some zucchini, some yellow squash, cantaloupe, watermelon, cucumbers, butternut squash, spaghetti squash. I don't know. Too much, I know. I need to try to cut back. But anyway, I look forward to this year, and I appreciate everybody who's watched the video. Be sure to leave a comment down there and say hi, and let me know what you got going on this year. And if you have a gardening page where you shoot updates of your garden, I'd love to have that added in my comments to come follow you and watch your videos too. I got plenty to learn and just enjoy watching them. So until next time, I will see everyone later.